Yeah, so women have been accused of being immoral and having bad characters from just the way they dress. And that's, you don't blame these people because, yeah, we are human. We tend to judge things according to our naive understanding. For me, I feel like as women of God, as Christians, we can actually do better. We can do things differently so that even before we speak, we are already, communicating our values, our character, who we really are. And even before we speak, we move into spaces and people can feel our presence and they can tell who we are just from the kinds of fashion and attires we use. That you don't have to dress a certain way for you to be seen a certain way, but yeah, you don't have to dress how people have put certain standards for you to be or for you to match their expectations of you. But as women of God, we cannot do it the way other people do it. We cannot conform to the ways of this world. We have to dress in a way that the Bible tells us. We have to dress in a way that the Lord has instructed us to. And it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be embarrassing. It doesn't have to be old-fashioned. It doesn't have to be traditional. It doesn't have to take away your aesthetics. It doesn't have to take away your good sense of fashion and sophistications. We can actually dress decently and still be able to express our unique fashions and styles without having to compromise that sense of glorifying God with our fashion. And for me, the reason why I say that for Christians we should do the modesty and the decency thing differently is because, number one, to honor God. We cannot be dressing in a way that we get all the attention and someone be trying to see you in a way that they're not sure of your character or your values or where you stand with your faith, because it is all about you. We need to dress in a way that honors God. And I think in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 31, the Bible talks about it. The Bible says that, so whether you eat or drink or whether you do or whatever you do it all to the glory of God. So I believe even in dressing, we have to dress in a way that we don't get the glory, but God does get the glory. And I think that is something personally I'm still struggling with. Sometimes I spend so much time in front of my wardrobe just deciding on what to put on. Sometimes I feel like this skirt is too tight, this top is too revealing, and that is because I've realized that whenever I buy my clothes, I fail to consider the type of information or picture I will be putting out there. The reason why I say that how we dress really honors God is because you find that you dress in a way and people would start very weird conversations with you. It's either sexual or something very off, things that really offend who you believes and all of that. And you'd wonder, why would they think that I'm comfortable, them having that kind of conversation with me? But maybe you told them that, maybe there's a way you communicated to them that, I could have those conversations. And if that has happened to me, when someone just starts something very sexual or they would negatively comment on someone else because they are sitting next to me and the way I'm dressed is blah, blah, blah. Very weird situations. But again, I believe that there are really things in our control that could really make a difference. Not to say that men do not have the right to speak to you regardless on how you dress, but it really helps, especially because we have seen men do weird things to very young girls. No matter how you dress, if someone has weird things going on in their minds, they will do what they want to do regardless of how you dress. But for us, we are in an environment where we have the freedom to So the second reason why I feel like we should embrace modesty and decency with our fashion mission is just to allow the world to see our inner selves rather than just it's more of our body and our features and our physiques. I believe that it reflects or it hits differently when we present ourselves where people really appreciate our physiques but doesn't perceive it in a way where we are trying to advertise it or to put it out there in a way that it reflects our values and our thoughts and our beliefs. So allowing the world to see our inner beauty is where we are known for our characters and the impact we bring to the world rather than our physique. We shouldn't be described by the kind of woman who always wear ragged. She always passes here in crop tops, which, people shouldn't be knowing if you have belly buttons or piercings in such areas. And if at all you're doing them, maybe it's for your own good. Maybe you just want your partner to appreciate you in that kind of manner. But I believe for Christian women, we can really do better by just, letting the world know us for the kind of impact we are bringing to the world rather than our physique, the kinds of features that our body have. I think we shouldn't be described by those kinds of features. If someone really chooses to, talk about them, let it be because they have taken their time to look at it. So there are those people who will really, really be into your business, to just analyze you in weird ways, and that's okay. That is totally okay. Let you be known for the things you do, not for how you look. I mean, it's okay. Let them, if at all they have to know you for a certain look, let them know you for how good you know at bringing different fashion pieces together and making them look so sophisticated. But just how you pair them, how you combine them, how you bring them together and put them on and really end up with a good look. But generally, I think we should be known for the kind of impact we are bringing to the world, or the kind of influence we are bringing to the world, rather than it's more about our body and because we live in a world where standards have been set for beauty. Standards have been set for beauty. Even as I do this makeup, I'm trying to achieve certain standard of beauty, and that's okay. The standards are your tummy has to be flat, your bum has to be bigger and it has to be everywhere. And especially you have to have a skin like European, body like African, and language like American. You need to be this and be that for you to be beautiful. And sometimes it really annoys me when I hear someone say that, oh, she's not pretty. Tell me, what is pretty? What is beauty? That is all lie. The standards that the world has set us to believe that if we do not match those standards, we are not beautiful are all lie. I believe we are beautiful because of who we are, about the kind of impact we bring to the world and the things we do to make this life a better life, make this world a better place. I think those are true definers of beauty. And as Christians, we shouldn't be walking around trying to match these standards. We should prove everybody wrong that there is more to beauty rather than just the physique. There is more that we can bring to the world. That we should prove everybody wrong that there is more to beauty rather than just the physique. There is more that we can bring to the world, and there's a special way we can present ourselves to the world to just bring that glory and honor to God without having to compromise our looks or trying to go with the trends and the rags. The book of 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 3 says, your beauty should not come from outward adornment such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. Yes, your beauty shouldn't be based on your physique and how you put on different pieces of style. You might have a very unique style and fashion, but that doesn't define your beauty. Proverbs. The Bible says she is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. That even the Bible thinks that the way you dress really counts on your dignity. And not to say, by the way, disclaimer, I think you can dress decently and still have some ill characters, because anyway, dress decently. Like me, I always say that I will dress decently even if I'm going to steal, so I will be a decent thief. Another thing that appeals to me why modesty is really important is because it avoids you from becoming a distraction in spaces where what you're saying is or what you're doing is really important. Places like church or at work or any other setting where you're not trying to contribute to already what is going on, dressing in a way that people are constantly looking at your skin or a certain part of your body because it is way too exposed. It could really be, I think, something that shouldn't be happening to Christian women. Again, back to the point where we should be known for the things we are doing, not for our looks, not for our kind of physique. I believe it's really important that whenever we stand in front of our wardrobe trying to style an outfit or trying to decide what is for the day, we should always think of does this glorify God? Does it take away all the beauties that I don't get to express my inner beauty? Or does it add respect and dignity to myself? Also, does it avoid me from being a distraction in settings where what I really have to say or my contribution really matters? And sometimes your contribution is just a matter of listening and being present. You don't have to talk, you don't have to engage in any other thing, just you being there and listening and giving whoever is speaking or addressing you the attention they deserve is really important. And if your outfit has to come in the way of that, or they have to constantly look at certain part of your body because it's way too distracting, and I think it's pretty wrong, and it's something we can work on. And we shouldn't dress in a way that we are getting certain type of attention. I don't know if it's just me or any other people or even everybody else. You pass through somewhere and someone is trying to compliment you but in a nasty way or in a naughty way. They'd be saying, oh, look at that bum bum, look at those boobies. Sorry to say, but I feel like we can always show our physique even in decent clothes as long as we style them better, we pair them better, we give them a combo of good colors, good fabrics, good materials, and without having to put our physics out there in a way that feels like, people feels like, oh, I can actually speak to her in a certain way because that's the message I'm getting whenever I look at her. Dressing modestly has also helped me to be able to express my faith better. If maybe I need to tell someone about the gospel and I'm dressed in a way that they feel like I'm representing an opposite of what I'm talking about, it's really hard for me to put that kind of impact towards them. Or when I go to a setting where people are, less of believers, and dressing decently has always helped me stand out, and because people can definitely tell that I am different, and they're not sure if they can start some naughty conversations with me because I'm not communicating that. So also, apart from honoring God and helping me express my inner characters and beauties and adding self-respect and dignity to myself and my image, and also helping me avoid myself from being a distraction, it has also helped me express my faith better in places where I need to speak about it, I need to spread the gospel, or I need to give a word of encouragement to someone who is trying to find their path into the faith and into Christianity. It has really helped me because now they can really tell from the look of things that I am what I am talking about. But generally, modesty doesn't have to be ugly. It doesn't have to be where you just put on random things and baggy things and which are unmatched, unfitting, and way too big for your shape and for your body. Modesty can be fitting, can be cute, can be really fashionable if you collect those different accessories, bags, and materials and shapes and just put them together and give them a good color combination, a balance of fittings and free clothes, and put on good belts, put on good jewelries, put on some makeup, do your hair. It really elevates the look even while you're trying to, be modest. And also there's a good way of incorporating contemporary fashion with modesty. You can try suits, you can try maxi dresses and skirts that are both free and fittings, and just pair them with blazer and belts. And if maybe your top is a bit fitting, you can try a maxi skirt. If maybe your dress is fitting, you can cover it up with a blazer that is also very fashionable. If you are trying to do a baggy trouser, you can give it a fitting top, and a top that is not too revealing in terms of cleavage and parts of the body that are really distractive to to the public, especially to the other gender. You can really find what goes well with your body, if it is suits, if it is skirts, if it is dresses, any type of pieces. Just understand your body, and it doesn't have to be expensive. For me, most of the times, in fact, 80% of my outfits are thrifted. I just take my time. Once in a while, if I have the time to go to the market, I just wear on my sport shoes or my gumboots and go and hunt for clothes, because I already know things that go well with my body. And so if it's dresses, I know I ask around, where can I get dresses. Sometimes I pretend that I want to sell them. For those people that know places to show me around, I would go, I would take my time, I would select. And also, one thing about thrifted clothes, they are really unique, and some of them are actually designer clothes that are just pre-owned and are now out there for resale. For me, that is how I've been able to build my wardrobe. And of course, I have brand new clothes, but they are very less. I find them way too expensive, and I'm still working on my financial goals, so I'm trying to minimize on how I spend on clothes and accessories. And I feel like I can always come up with so many cute outfits from thrifted. It's always a matter of color, material, and shapes, and how you put them together. And sometimes we want to fit into the trends and the designer trends that are ongoing on social media, or maybe we have friends who are doing well and they're able to catch up with those trends and designer things that have just been launched, and everyone wants to try them, and everyone wants to show that I got this latest that, I got this latest bag, I got this latest fit from Zara, from Shein, from whatever. And that's okay, as long as it doesn't have to go opposite direction with your modesty and your values as a Christian woman. If at all you want to do trends, let them align with what you talk about, what you preach, what you tell people. Let it not go beyond your capsule or your standard wardrobe. And when I say standard wardrobe, that is your standard wardrobe, not according to the society, not according to what people think. This is the trend, this is the standard. You set your own standards and you compete against that standard, not what people think. In the context of knowing what to wear, when and where, and what time, it's very also important. You cannot dress the way you dress. You cannot dress a certain way going to church, similar to the way you dress going to an event, and also similar way the way you go to work. You have to understand that every event, every time, there is a specific type of dressing, which regardless of where it is, it doesn't have to compromise your modesty. You need to understand that no matter where you are, the fact that you're a Christian woman, and there's no point in your life where you're putting your faith aside just to try to fit in a certain setting. You need to also know that even though it's a free event, people are interacting, people are having fun, I can still have fun and have some cute jeans that are not ragged, that are not exposing me, that are just neat and fitting me well, that are not putting me out there to communicate in a way that you can be a fashion freak that is actually very modest, a fashion freak that is very considerate with the shapes and materials and the colors that she wears. So I think context also is important when trying to embrace modesty. You need to understand that when you're going to church, you could put on something casual but also very, very, very decent. It can be a jeans and a top, a jeans and a t-shirt and just a sneaker. And yes, those, you can still find those kinds of pieces in trend category, and still, the way you pair it and the way you put on an extra bag and extra accessories really ends up being so stylish, and yet you still maintain your modesty and decency. The same when you go to work, you would want to put on some suits that are well fitting. The trouser could be all the way to your feet, almost as if they're covering your shoes, and with some fitting blazer and some nice top and some simple necklace, and your hair is done and you look really good. You don't have to wear what every other person is wearing. And when I say suits, please, it doesn't have to be tailor suits. For me, what I would get a trouser from thrift and another blazer from thrift, different dealers, and if I combine them, they really look good. What I've done is that I've been able to invest in irons. Whenever I buy clothes, I'm able to iron it and give it more sharp look. In case I find a really cute fit and it has a mistake, I'll just take it to someone to resize it and give it more sharp buttons, and it would really look good. And because I really believe in that, because I've been able to step out in simple looks and people thought that I looked really good, and I didn't have to compromise my modesty or decency. And modesty is not about rules. You set your own rules, you set your own standards. You don't have to use my standards and call it and use it as your standards of modesty. You need to do it with love and wisdom and freedom and discernment, and just to make sure that you're also happy as you go out there and you do the decency and modesty thing. You can put those different pieces on your body and still feel confident and still feel fashionable. It doesn't have to be somebody's or the church's or your parents or your friends' standards of modesty. It's just as long as you feel like this is not revealing, and even if you feel like it's a part that you're revealing and you don't really care. But again, remember not to dress in a way that it's all about you. Say modesty doesn't have to make you feel left out. You can actually dress modestly and step into a room and people would feel your unique sense of fashion. You do not have to neglect your love for fashion. You do not have to neglect how you love to match colors and mix colors, and if you're monochrome or mix and match, you don't have to neglect that for you to be modest. All you got to do is to understand your body. Number one, I feel like it's a matter of understanding your body, knowing which clothes fit you better, knowing which clothes doesn't make you look a certain way that don't make you happy, and you can actually make that statement look by still embracing modesty. I have seen women who would step in, they have that long skirt with the high slit and heels and they smell good, they have some cute earrings, some cute necklace, and their hair is done, they're simple, their makeup is not overdone. They would even feel so powerful. You have not spoken to her, you have not known her name, but just from the look of things you can tell, like, oh, she's a woman of value, and for this one I can't just approach her the way I want. I have to think twice, I have to collect myself, I have to prepare to talk to her, because look at her, she looks like some first lady. Yeah, she's decent and she's well put together, she's sitting upright, she's smelling good, her hair is neat, our nails are done. Another thing I feel like we can also do while, embracing modesty, we can invest in good pieces such as hair, accessories, and shoes and bags that really elevate this look. If at all, like me, I told you I do thrifted. Most of my clothes are thrifted. I get them from Kikomba or in the streets of Nairobi, or a random seller. I think a dress is gonna fit me better. I try it on, and then even if you are to do trends and you don't pair it with nice pieces on your body, it would really diminish that trend. You have to put up things together on your body. If it's a certain jewelry and a certain necklace and a certain bangle and a certain type of watch, and your hair is ponytail or is down and is combed and it's styled and it's sleek, you have some cute makeup going on. It's simple lipstick. It's the makeup is making a statement. It's making you look sharp, and you're sitting upright. It really adds a lot. And sometimes people don't even realize that you're trying to be modest. They just notice the look. They just see how cute you look. They don't even notice that is you being modest. They just they're there appreciating, oh, you look good. They think you're some fashion freak. So yeah, you don't have to compromise your sense of fashion. You don't have to diminish your look in the name of trying to be decent. You can actually embrace fashion and try different styles, while also doing decency and modesty. Understand colors, understand materials, understand shapes, understand fabrics. Know which color goes well with your skin tone. Know which color goes well with another color, so that you can pair them while putting up an outfit. Know which color doesn't do well with you. Maybe you don't like to show people your big belly. Mine is big. I'm working on it. Just understand different essentials in fashion. Understand different principles. They don't have to be sophisticated, but those simple principles really help. They help you in your daily life. As you wake up, you're trying to groom for work, for church, for whatever outside. It really helps you, and know that this kind of fit can't go with this, so I can't put them together. And know that these kinds of skirt don't do well with these kinds of tops and these kinds of blouses, so I can't put them together. Know that this dress is simple and it's flat. If I add on a belt, it would really elevate the look. Know that my hands feel empty and I feel naked. I could use some watch. I could use some bangles and braces. Know when to overdo your makeup, or know when to do a nude makeup, and just understand simple principles of fashion. It would really help you to also elevate your modesty and decency while trying to put yourself out there in terms of fashion. Above all, I think it is also important to take care of your body. That is something I'm also struggling with. I am not happy with my body as such, and I'm trying to come up with a workout routine. I'm trying to work on my diet, basic lifestyle. I want to see myself improve in terms of size. I feel like I have the swimmer body, and I want to have that typical body. And so I'm trying to see doctors on what I can do best, the type of diet that would really work out for me. I'm trying to see my schedule on what is the best time when I'm not rushing, for me to work out and invest in my body. Modesty allows you to express your inner self, and there's no way you would be able to express your inner self if you're not comfortable with what you see whenever you look in the mirror. So for me personally, I'm trying to pump more into workouts, into diets, into reading my Bible, so that I also nourish myself in terms of spiritual nourishment. And I think that also contributes on how you handle the modesty and decency kind of fashion. And let me tell you, you can really invest in your body. You can even do your BBL well, and just for you to feel confident on your looks. It doesn't have to be the reason that you're trying to reach certain types of societal standards, but just because you want to be happy whenever you look at yourself in the mirror. You want to feel more healthy, you want to feel more confident. And I've seen girls go for BBL and still come back and dress decently, and they look so good. They would wear those maxi dresses, maxi skirts, and style it with a nice top, with a nice belt, and a simple watch, and do their hair, and they still look so good. And I think that's something you can all embrace. If you invest in your body, number one, I think that is the most important thing. Investing in your body, working hard to cut the unnecessary fat that you have, having enough sleep, investing in your skin, that is taking supplements, drinking plenty of water, just making sure that your body gets all the nourishment that it can get, just for you to, have that nice skin. I hope that God gives us the wisdom to put ourselves out there in a way that it's not about us but about Him, to give us the wisdom to dress decently, and to give us the wisdom to achieve those kinds of decent attires, be it the kinds of clothes bumping and we need to buy, how we style the existing clothes that we have, how we pair this and that, and knowing the things we need to remove from our wardrobe, and knowing the things we need to add from our wardrobes, and how to take care of our body. Yeah, may God give us that strength, that wisdom, and may we be the kinds of people where we are complimented, of course, for our looks and also for our characters and for the kinds of impact and influence we're bringing to the world. See you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Feel free to send your contribution through the comment section, and see you around.